Hello, can I start the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the last session, I think I am discussing about kinematic indeterminacy. So basically, I discuss about decay and I discuss decay for I discuss decay and I discuss decay for your frames and trusses. Frame and next one is your trusses. So basically, decay is related to your degree of freedom. That means how a joint easily move or easily deform. Basically, kinematic indeterminacy is also known as degree of freedom, and degree of freedom deals with the deformation. It may be displacement, that means delta, or it may be theta, that means rotation, available at any joint in the given structure, and your structure may be of any kind. Your structure may be rigid jointed, your structure may be pin jointed. If a structure is rigid jointed, then it will be frame. If your structure is pin jointed, then your structure is, I think, truss. So basically, degree of freedom indicates in which direction and what makes your structure to be fail. Basically, degree of freedom deals with your what it deals with, or it indicates in which direction and how your structure will be filled. So I discuss all the things and I give you all a general formula for decay, and your general formula for decay is nj minus c plus summation of release forces, or nj minus r plus summation of release forces. Then I also give you all what is the formula for plane frame, that means rigid jointed frame. I give you formula as tk tk formula for your decay formula for your rigid jointed frame is equal to 3j minus r plus summation of Leach reaction. Okay, next one is your, this is for your 2D, this is for your 2D structure, this is for your 2D structure. Next one is your for 3D. Dk is equal to dk is equal to 6j 6j minus r plus summation of Leach reaction. This is the case valid for your rigid jointed frame in 3D structure. Okay, this both case valid for your frame. So just remember this formula: dk is equal to 3j minus r plus summation of Leach forces. For 2D, dk is equal to 6j minus r plus summation of Leach reaction. For 3D structure, this both case valid when axial deformations are neglected. So this both case is valid when your axial, in many question they give axial deformation are permitted, axial deformations are neglected. So basically this formula is valid when your axial deformations are to be neglected. Axial deformations, if they give in question axial deformation are permitted, then you do not apply this formula. When they give axial deformation are neglected, then you apply this formula for your rigid jointed frame structure for 2D case and 3D case. So axial deformations are neglected. Deformations are neglected. So deformations are neglected. Next one is your for truss structure. Next one is your for truss structure. Basically for truss structure, your dk is equal to degree of freedom is equal to your degree of freedom, and it is equal to 2j minus r. Here it is equal to 2j minus r. For a space structure or pin jointed frame, you have dk, or your dk is defined like that. Dk is equal to degree of freedom is equal to 3j minus r. So these are the basic formula for your calculation of dk for your frame and for your truss. Generally, we do not find dk for beam, but do not worry, if dk for beam case will become, then we also solve it. So do not worry, when the dk for beam will come, I will tell you how you solve dk for your 2D beam. If you want, then I also write here dk for beam, but generally dk for beam they do not ask for in examination. Dk for beam is okay. So basically dk for beam is equal to dk is equal to 3j minus r, or it is also written as capital R. So basically these are the formula for calculation of your dk. So it is, I think, the dk for beam, if you see the dk for beam and frame will looks like same. Dk for beam and dk for frame, it looks like same. Next, so you all by heart this formula, dk for frame is equal to 3j minus r plus summation of Ledge reaction. dk for frame for 3D case is equal to 6j minus r plus summation of Ledge reaction. dk is equal to degree of freedom is equal to 2j minus r for truss. When Ledge reaction is given, generally Ledge reaction is not given in truss, so I do not add here Ledge reaction. So basically your problem will solve only with this formula. Also here 3j minus r for 3D cases plus Ledge reaction if you want add Ledge reaction. So basically these are the formulas for calculation of dk for different structure, for frame, for truss, for beam. So now move to our next topic. Next is your, you all by heart this table. I think I draw a table for you all. So I give all the formulas of your decay calculation, or I solve a problem of decay with this formula and by using the concept of joint displacement. So I think I get an answer of 8, and also from formula you all get the answer as 8. I think in last session I discussed this problem. I discuss or not discuss? Hello.
सर एक न्यूमेरिकल बताया पूछे थे सर।
ओके ओके ओके, वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि मैं लास्ट क्लास में बताया था। ओके, सो बेसिकली here we have types of joint. Here we have types of joint. So basically here we have types of joints, types of joints. Types of joint. And also here you have degree of freedom. So you all remember these things. Here you have degree of freedom. Degree of freedom. First one is your joint in 2D truss. Type of joint. If your joint is in 2D truss, first one is your joint, joint in 2D truss, joint in 2D truss, then possible degree of freedom. If you remember these things, then you develop formula from your own. So basically, if you have 2D truss, then at a particular joint of 2D truss, the possible degree of freedom, the possible degree of freedom is what? Can anyone say if your truss is 2D, then at 2D truss at its joint, how many degree of freedom will be possible? Because I already developed the formula. So can anyone say at 2D truss what are the possible degree of freedom available at a particular joint?
Sir,
Okay.
2.
Okay, someone is saying set 2. Yes, 2 degree of freedom. So when you know these things, then you develop the formula from your own. So if joint is in 2D truss or at 2D truss joint, possible degree of freedom is 2, and 2 possible degree of freedom will be in delta x, and next one is your delta y. Next one is your delta y. First one is your delta x, next one is your delta y. This force developed due to force x, due to force due to force due to force in x direction. This force developed, or this degree of freedom is possible due to force fx in direction of fx, due to force fx. This is developed due to force fx fy, due to force fy. Here theta is equal to 0. Here theta, that means rotation, theta is equal to 0. Or also we can say we do not consider moment. Moment do not consider. Moment do not consider. Do not considered. So basically you all remember this point, that if your truss is 2D truss, then at a particular joint or at any joint of your truss, that means at this is your 2D truss. Also, if you add some members, then it is also your 2D truss. It is also your 2D truss. Then at any joint, at this joint, at your this joint, at 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 any joint, possible degree of freedom is equal to 2. It is due to force in x direction and it is force due to y direction. So here 2 degree of freedom will be possible. So you all by heart these things. Okay. Next one is your jointing. So basically I erase this stress. So you all remember these things. If your joint is in 2D, then possible degree of freedom is equal to 2. Next one is your joint in 3D truss. Next one is your joint in 3D truss. So basically next one is your joint in 3D truss. So can anyone say how many degree of freedom possible when at a joint when truss is 3D?
Sir, 3.
Okay. So you all think from this concept that how easily we define the general formula or we derive the general formula of our truss, because we know at a particular joint of a truss possible degree of freedom is equal to 2. So in last formula which I use as, I think I use the formula as nj minus c or r, it is also written as r c or r plus summation of release reaction plus summation of release reaction. You already know this is your release reaction, this is your constant or reactions, or it is also number of compatibility condition. Now this j is number of joint and this n is equal to number of independent displacement or number of possible degree of freedom available at a joint. So if your truss is 2D truss, then you already know the value of n becomes 2. So basically if your value of n becomes 2, then you just put you just put 2 in the place of n, so your formula becomes 2j minus r. So this is the formula which I written earlier, that your decay for 2D truss is equal to 2j minus r. Someone is saying, sir, if our joint is in 3D, then possible degree of freedom is equal to 3. So what are the possible degree of freedom? In 3D truss, possible degree of freedom is equal to delta x, delta y, delta x, delta y, and delta z. So these are the possible degree of freedoms. These are the possible degree of freedom which will be available at a joint when our truss is in 3D case. So basically here the value of n, here the value of n is equal to 3. Here the value of n is equal to 3. You just use the basic formula 3 into j minus r. If you want to use summation of release reaction, then you write, or unless you use this 3j minus r. So if you observe, I write the formula of decay for 3D truss h 3j minus r. So basically these are the base from which we derive the formula. So you just remember types of joint. If your joint is in 2D truss, then possible degree of freedom is equal to 2. If your joint is in 3D truss or for 3D truss at a particular joint, possible degree of freedom is 3 summation, or your delta x, sorry, delta x, delta y, delta z. This is the due to force in x direction. This is the force in y direction. Basically, this is the force in z direction. So these are the, I think, basically degree of freedom which will be permitted or available at a particular type of joint. So these are the cases of, I think, truss. So you all remember this, because when we analyze truss structure, then that means in model 3 we also use this concept that what the possible degree of freedom available at this joint in 2D truss. So you must remember these things. In truss, possible degree of freedom at a particular joint will be 2. And I also write what the possible degree of freedom, delta x, delta y. Theta value is 0. Here also theta or rotation value is 0. Okay. Next one is your type of joint if your joint in 2D beam or frame. So I make another table, don't worry. समझ में आया सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I think 2 case will be left. टेंशन नहीं लेना है, जो स्लोली स्लोली धीरे धीरे सब पढ़ते चलोगे, जितना बताते चलते हैं सारा का सारा क्वेश्चन स्ट्रक्चर एनालिसिस का बनते चला जाएगा। तो घबराने का बात नहीं है, सब बन जाएगा, लेकिन पढ़ोगे तब। नेक्स्ट वन इज योर डीएस में किसी को कोई डाउट है? बताओ, कोई डीएस में किसी को कोई डाउट है? वो बीम हो, फ्रेम हो, ट्रस हो, सब बन जाता है क्वेश्चन की नहीं? बताओ, बन जाता है जो एकदम
यस
पूरा
सर।
शुरू
Yes,
से?
sir.
ओके, जो मेरा आई थिंक 3 मई से क्लास स्टार्ट हुआ है, 3 मई से अभी तक जो भी क्लास एकदम रेगुलर किए हो उसको कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि पता है कि बेस कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है, कहाँ पे जाके कंप्लीट। ये सारा का सारा चीज़ इसलिए बता दे रहे हैं, टाइप ऑफ जॉइंट, तुम्हारा किस जॉइंट पे कितना पॉसिबल डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है, क्योंकि आगे तुमको मेथड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर एनालिसिस में किसी न किसी मेथड में काम आएगा। तो तुमको पता होना चाहिए कि आखिर किसी पर्टिकुलर जॉइंट पे हमारे, अब वो बीम का केस हो सकता है, फ्रेम का केस हो सकता है, कितना पॉसिबल डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम। फार्मूला तो तुमको बता दिए कि फार्मूला रट लो, डी के इजकल टू 6J माइनस आर प्लस समेशन ऑफ रिलीज फोर्सेस 3J माइनस आर समेशन ऑफ। लेकिन ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि किसी एक पार्टिकुलर जॉइंट पे हमारे कितने पॉसिबल डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है, जो कि आई थिंक एक एग्जाम्पल में भी तुमको बताए थे, आगे भी बता देंगे, तो घबराने की बात नहीं। नेक्स्ट वन इज योर डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम, type of joint, and here the degree of freedom is written. So basically I reach up to third point. Next one is your third is your joint in right, joint in 2D frame. So here joint in joint in 2D frame, joint in 2D frame or beam. I write here beam, 2D beam, 2D beam or frame, 2D beam or frame. So here possible, how many possible degree of freedom will be available at a joint in case of 2D beam or a frame? Can anyone say?
Sir, 3.
Okay, someone is saying set 3. So 3 is right answer. 3 possible degree of freedom will be permitted. One is your summation of, sorry, delta x, is your delta x. Just wait, I think my laptop is not charged. three possible degree of freedom will be available. One is your delta x, next one is your delta y, and next one is your theta z. So basically these three possible degree of freedom is permitted. So you must remember here the value of n is equal to 3. So I write the formula for 2D frame as 3j minus r plus summation of ridge reaction. So here n value is equal to 3. Next one is your joint in 3D beam or frame. Next one is your fourth number. Fourth is your joint in joint in joint in 3D in 3D beams, joints in 3D beams or frame, joints in 3D beams or frame. So basically here possible degree of freedom is how much?
6.
Okay, so Zaman is saying, sir, here our possible degree of freedom is 6. So 6 is right answer. Here possible degree of freedom is equal to 6. One is delta x, next one is your delta y, next one is your delta z, and this is your three possible degree of freedom. These are the three displacements. So basically these are three displacement under deflections. So basically these are three displacements of type deflection. These are also three displacements of rotation types. So here delta x, sorry, theta x, theta y, and theta z is also permitted or also available as a degree of freedom. So basically here also three possible degree of freedom will be available. So basically 3 plus 3 will become 6. So here the value of n, so here the value of n is equal to 6. So I already say the decay for your uh, space frame is equal to 6j minus r plus summation of Rayleigh reaction. Also for plane frame, decay is equal to 3j minus r plus summation of Rayleigh reaction. And I also discuss decay for your truss, for your plane truss, 2j minus r. I also discuss decay for your space truss, 3j minus r. I also discuss decay for beam. So you just use this formula because here this is the case for 2D beam, and also here this is the case of 3D beam. So you use this basic equation as put n value is equal to 3, n value is equal to 6. You also find the decay for your beam. So it's clear to everyone? So is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, yeah. Next, kinematic indeterminacy in trusses. So I just draw a truss and show you all decay in truss. Decay in truss. Decay in truss. So this is our truss structure. So this is our truss structure. Here 6 degree of, how many degree of freedom is seen here? How many degree of freedom is seen? For this truss, how many degree of freedom is seen? Here, how many degree of?
6.
6.
सर इसमें सपोर्ट नहीं है.
Okay. Someone is saying, sir, here support is not available. So I think he is saying correctly. This truss is not stable because no any support will be there. So I come at that point. Basically, if you see this truss is not stable because no any support will be there. So just I ask, how many possible degree of freedom you have seen or you all seen? So someone is saying, sir, 6 degree of freedom. So basically here degree of freedom is equal to 6. So 6 is degree of freedom. 6 is your degree of freedom. 6 is your degree of freedom. So if 6 is your degree of freedom, your dk is equal to 2j. So dk is equal to 2j. So if you use this formula, dk is equal to 2j, you find your degree of freedom for this truss, but this truss is not stable. Somebody is saying that this truss is not stable. Okay, good, this truss is not stable. So basically, j is here, j is number of joint. So basically, j is number of joint. Number of joint. So we have seen here 6 degree of freedom will be available because for a joint in a truss 2 degree of freedom is possible. So for this joint 2 degree of freedom is possible. For this joint 2 degree of freedom will possible. For this joint also 2 degree of freedom will be possible. But this truss is not stable. So here I also write this truss is not stable. This truss is not stable. So what I do? So this truss is not stable.
I found a few locations for district near you.
This truss is not stable. Because no any support will be available. Because no any support will be there. Because no any support will be there. Any support will be. So what I do? Can anyone say what I do? Someone is saying, sir, here support is not available. So he is saying right. So what I do? So just we put the support here. So just to make it stable, we place support at this joint. So basically here we provide a joint. So basically we provide a joint. This is the joint. This is the joint. Now this structure, this truss is stable or not? Yes.
Yes.
Now this structure is stable, or this truss will be stable. So basically here we have seen possible degree of freedom is equal to 1 is in delta y, 1 is in delta x, 1 is in also delta y. Next one is your delta x. Here is also delta y is permitted at this joint. Also at this joint your delta x is available or permitted. But if you see here, if you all see here, then